to New York for the 4th and final Grand Slam of the year. Just a little bit of unfinished business this afternoon. Roger Federer against Mardy Fish. We're on serve in the early stages of the opening set.
Love 15.
It's a wonderful shot. Is that the kind of footwork you're talking about that you've seen in the last couple of weeks, which wasn't particularly evident earlier on in the season?
Yeah, so explosive. And small margins that make a big difference in tennis. Certainly looking more sprightly, as you suggested.
It's the footwork around the ball, isn't it, that's so important.
That's when Nadal is so good.
It's funny you mentioned Nadal, because I was just going to suggest that Taylor Dent played him earlier in the week. That was the one thing that he said he couldn't believe, even though he's seen Nadal play numerous times. When he played him, he just couldn't believe how quick he was to the ball and how well positioned he was for each of his shots. You know, Dent's played all the good players, so for him to be that shocked shows you how good Nadal is.
Absolutely.
Game Federer.
It's a nice simple hold. And I think also Federer so talented with his hands and his racket work that in the past perhaps he hasn't had to have his feet in the best possible position, but now, tail end of his career, when other players have improved significantly, it's something that perhaps he does need to keep an eye on.
Well, that's a good point you make. You've actually got to work harder when you get older, and that's the tough thing when you've had so much success and it has come easy. To put in the hard yards, it's not always comfortable. You know, starting to get to 28, 29, 30.
Led first service.
I want to kick back and relax and enjoy that 50 mil you've made in prize money. Missed it. Has there been a call?
Yep.
Good call. Again, Mardy patrols the net well. He's forcing Roger. You can see how he's squeezing him to the line. It's good movement there from the American. Sometimes winning the point at net is not always about hitting a winning volley.
And it's not about your technique on the forehand or the backhand volley, is it? It's about knowing where to move to cut down the angles and force your opponent to play a tough shot in order to try and win the point.
And also when you serve a volley like Fish has done and lost a couple of points, just makes the returner take his eye off the return. You see him hit a couple high, a couple in the net. It's important to get that variation going, because Roger know he won't be able to chip that backhand nice and high and deep. An important part of Mardy's strategy today.
Game
service game, that one.
Fish leads 3
This
games
opening set, panning out very nicely indeed. 3-2.
Grand Marnier is a proud sponsor of the Western and Southern Financial Group Masters. Grand Marnier encourages you to live La Vie Grand Marnier by visiting our cafe today to try a refreshing Grand Smash cocktail and get your free ticket.
In terms of the US Open, Robbie, where do you place Federer in terms of the favourites for the title?
He's right at the top of my pile. Given the fact that he's playing well now, I think he's peaking just at the right time. And behind him, probably put Andy Murray. He'd be my number 2 pick. Nadal hot in his heels. I'm sure he's going to put in some good work now.
But he's never had a lot of success this time of the year, Nadal, has he?
No, and we
I haven't seen a lot in the last couple of weeks to make me think that this is the year for him.
Exactly. We've seen him struggle on the slightly quicker courts as well here this week. He's lucky to survive against Julian Benneteau. Baggy got the better of him the next round.
Federer looking pretty comfortable at the moment and seems to have found a nice rhythm on the serve so far.
Certainly has, and that's what's so important in these big matches, is that he holds serve so easily, Jason. On average, it's taken him 1 minute and 43 seconds to hold serve. Mardy is spending almost 6.5 minutes each time he steps up to the line. And of course, Fish must feel like he's serving this whole match so far. Balls are constantly in his hands.
Too casual, that.
Love 15.
Yeah, this is cheap times 2, because the first volley should have been put away. And so should the second one.
Fish would have fancied that. It's a favourite shot. Doesn't need to be that good though, does it? Love 15. And that target just a foot and a half inside the line. Test Federer.
Interesting to see if Federer continues to back himself moving forward,
30-15.
because the initial success at the net hasn't been good. Feet there, didn't he?
14-15.
If you're going to come in up the middle against somebody, you've got to either drop the ball really short, which is tough to do, or you've got to go hard and deep, which is always preferable.
Speedy holds.
3 games all.
Yeah, it's amazing when you consider Federer's hit 15 first serves, whereas Fish has hit 35. So, I mean, you know, if you take that throughout the course of the match, and it means you're working so much harder, so much more energy to try and keep hitting those big first serves all the time, and especially after you've had a long week too, it can prove very tiring.
15 love.